On my right, with always a political left, Ogie Overman, the great broadcaster and journalist. We have held over David Daggett from the previous segment, and Keith Granberry, founder of Helping Hands Consultants. All right, guys. Controversy is still brewing over Winston-Salem City Council's decision to give Hanesbrands over $200,000 to help the company move to a smaller facility. In return, Hanesbrands agrees to keep 500 high-paying jobs there downtown for 7 years. Guys, should taxpayers foot the bill for a company to downsize? Ogie.
Well, not knowing the full story, Jim, I would guess that if the alternative is that they're just going to pull up and move, you've about got to. I mean, It's almost extortion, but you've got to do it.
Interesting point, David.
It's upsetting to me. Haynes has done so much good in our community, and there's no arguing with that. But a company that downsizes, they're already really committed to the area, Ogie, and we're paying them money for downsizing. I think that they should give Griff Shuler and May a break at Daggett Shuler, because
being successful staying here.
We're committed and we're staying.
Yeah, I know the point. Keith, what do you think?
I think that they're corporations, if they're downsizing, they're cutting jobs. If I'm correct in that,
right?
So they're not really. It's sort of like when you go to a store and they say we're going to give you 50% off of something that's already raised by 50%, and it doesn't make sense. Yeah. That money should go to organizations like the Urban League or various other organizations who really need the money.
These aren't
or Daggett Shuler.
Yeah, Daggett.
I don't know about that.
All right. The North Carolina Senate voted to make the State Highway Patrol a cabinet-level department where no longer the governor will be able to appoint the commander of the Highway Patrol. It will be done by the legislature. Very quickly, guys, I know this is a power play to take maybe power away from governors in general, but does anybody care about this, Ogie?
Yeah, I care about it. It's a total power play. The Republic, that's the way they play. We're too nice, Jim. The Republicans play dirty. We got to learn how to play dirty.
David, does it matter who appoints the commander?
I think for most people, this one item doesn't matter. The problem is there's a whole list of items that matter.
Yeah.
You lump them all together, then yes, it's a big issue.
Board of Elections, Board of Education.
Yes.
Keith.
I mean, you're stripping power. You're stripping the governorship naked. It doesn't make sense, and they know it. And it's a power grab, and like Dave said, it's just going to continue, and it's going to take all the power away from the person who won the governor fair and square.
All right, that's right. Now, speaking of the governor, I've been critical of Roy Cooper for pardoning all these murderers. Joe Biden has pardoned a lot of people, including this woman in Dixon, Illinois, who embezzled $53 million from taxpayers. She was the city controller. In general, should criminals who embezzle from taxpayers be pardoned before their prison term is up? Because she's only served half her time. Oh,
what was the sentence to begin with? I'm wondering if
it was 19. I think it was 19 years, and she served half of it for embezzling. It's the largest embezzlement in the state.
Joe's a man of goodwill. I'm almost willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
David,
I think they've gone too far on some of these. I understand the purpose. I don't know all the facts of each situation. It seems like a little much to me.
Keith,
I think you should be pardoning all these people in jail for marijuana, and marijuana's legal now. What about those people just still sitting in prison?
Instead of murderers and embezzlers.
Exactly.
An increasing number of takeout places are now asking you to leave a tip just for handing you your food over the counter. Guys, you okay with tipping for takeout? And if so, how much, Ogie?
I'm not. And I believe in tipping. My wife and I tip really well. We believe in it. But not for just handing you the hamburger. Come on.
David.
Yeah, Cindy and I are good tippers also, and I like tipping. And historically, there's areas where you tip, there's areas where you don't tip, and there was a little gray area. The gray area is expanded, and the problem is, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do at some of these places.
Tip for takeout?
Absolutely. These people are working for low wages, and they need a tip as well.
Okay, all right, that's interesting. All right, very quickly, Yale University is now offering a course that studies superstar Beyonce for her contributions in social and political ideologies. That was a quote from there. Is this the kind of course parents should be paying for? Should students get credit for it? Ogie?
I'd take that course, absolutely. I think influential people don't necessarily have to be politicians or generals. She's an influencer of a lot of people.
Would you pay for your kids to go and take a course like this?
Absolutely. I think she's had significant influence. I think she's now a billionaire. Yeah. And somebody who does that, there's some science and some skill behind doing that. And I'd like to study that and learn more myself.
I think you got to study her as a whole, the dedication it takes to get to that level, the strategy it took to move out and do other business ventures. I think that would be a great course for students to take.
All right, interesting. All right, finally, according to People magazine, some of the most popular stocking stuffers for men include wallets and body wash. Guys, what do you hope that your significant other will put in your stocking this Christmas?
I have no money to put in a wallet, and I got plenty of body. I'm thinking of those Moravian cookies that come into tin.
Yeah,
It
put
fit
those in
perfect
there.
in a stocking. It'd be great.
I might get 2 stones and a lump of coal. I don't know.
So you're not sure you don't get anything. Keith, what do you want your significant other to put in your stocking?
Put her in the stocking. How about
Oh,
that?
man. It had to be something. It had to be something X-rated, didn't it? Well,
That's not X-rated, man.
That's all the time we have.
You know, it's hard to believe the Safe Sober program has been going strong for over 30 years.
And over 600,000 students have made the pledge to stay safe and sober on prom night. You know, Griff, it's had a huge impact on our community.
Yeah, you're right, David. And now we're making sure the message continues year-round.
So everyone can join us in supporting our students.
Learn more and take the pledge at safesober.com, sponsored by Daggett Shuler.